Hey guys, Merry Christmas from Mike Troll, Amsoil dealer. Today what we're working on is the 2003 Honda Accord. It does have the 3-liter V6, and this is the car I acquired a few months ago that replaced the red Chevy that was still running great thanks to Amsoil and preventive maintenance. Speaking of preventive maintenance, we're going to be doing a PCV valve today on the Accord, and also we're going to be doing the Amsoil Power Foam intake treatment. Anyway, but let's get into it with the PCV valve. I got this on Rock Auto. I think this was under 15 bucks, and I mean, it looks very good, like the genuine Honda part. But if you do want to go ahead and check out your dealer, or there's a couple places online. It's real simple to get to. You just take a screwdriver and turn these things, because we've got to get our engine cover off. Set that here out of the way, and then see this bolt right here? This is real simple to get to. I'm not sure what size it is, but probably 10. Should have started with that. There we go. 10 millimeter. And so we'll go in here if we got clearance. This big ratchet's a little big for this, but a wrench would also work. So there, we broke it loose.
You broke it.
Yeah. Just got it undone. I'll back it out of there. And what this does is it controls the vapors in the engine. Wow, I gotta do this the whole way out. And so the crankcase vapors, you get the oil giving off vapors, and you also get blow-by. And this engine seems pretty tight though. I mean, it's 195,000 miles and it does not use a drop of oil that I can tell. And still have not switched it to Amsoil, but we are getting ready to do that very, very soon. What I wanted to do was get this changed out and power foam the engine first, because when you power foam, it's basically an intake cleaner, and so I don't want all that junk going into my new... Ooh, wow, I just broke it. Okay, so this, there's a good chance that is original, or at least a very old part. So, wow.
It's a good thing you didn't break the new one.
That's right. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get me some pliers and work in there. Alright, you can cut it. Not sure what we can see here, but we're looking in the hole where the PCV valve, well, parts of it came out anyway. This thing, it's so bad, it's just breaking apart. And so I'm trying to see what I can see. I really hope I can get this out and get everything how it's supposed to be. Guys, look down in there again. It's hard for me to tell. I got little tiny needle nose pliers. I'm thinking that it would be best to have some angled needle nose pliers. This is insane. So yeah, change your PCV valve. But yeah, this is really, really bad. We just got a bunch more out. A spring-loaded piece. Here's what we're looking at after I have been cleaning, and oh, it's still pretty gnarly in there. But anyway, I have been picking at it with real thin needle nose pliers, as well as sticking my finger in there, shooting brake cleaner in there. It's hard to get a good look, but there we go. So I just want to know that I didn't leave any pieces of, stuff in there of the valve. I'll show you here in a minute. It literally came out in pieces, and it looks like the tip of the old valve is still in there. I don't know. We'll see if the new one goes in. I think I'm gonna have to stick something back there, a screwdriver, and try to break that out. Anyway, here's what I have so far. There's the bolt we took out and the first, the outer piece, and here's the rest of it. There's the spring part. I didn't know what was inside this, but now we kind of know. So there it is. Not sure if this was a factory Honda piece. I would hope that it wasn't. Just that, it basically disintegrated. But if it is original, I mean, it's what, 18 years old? 2003 to, 21s are out now, so. Alright, that's after scrubbing around in there again. And a final, I've been using a vacuum cleaner with a hose stuck to the end of it. Man, I can't tell though. I'm looking back in there. I hope everything's clear. I mean, that pattern back there with the four, it's got four little things. I can't tell 100% if that passage is all cleared out. I guess we'll try inserting the new one and see what happens. But by the way, guys, here's my information. Normally what we do on this channel is switch vehicles over to Amsoil, 100% synthetic motor oil, as well as other lubricants. That's my dealer number, 146-3115, and my website, but you can go to amsoil.com, and if you do make a purchase and you want to help me out, there's my info. But anyway, so the Beck Arnley, this was literally the cheapest one on Rock Auto, and I kind of felt a little bit leery of buying the cheapest one, but it looked like a good part, and I'm actually happy to see that it's made in Japan. So I don't know who's making Honda's part, but that is reassuring that this one's made in Japan. I couldn't see any Honda markings on this valve. I was trying to tell if it was possibly original, but I did see, where is it? I wanted to say that I saw Taiwan on it somewhere. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. This thing is a mess, but we'll see how the new one fits. So I'm gonna dab some clean engine oil on those O-rings, because if you see, I think there's one there and one there. But anyway, I just want to see if I've physically got everything out of here, out of the way, and if it will physically. Oh yeah, I think we might be okay. I don't want to jam it in there till I do lubricate those O-rings. So you guys, here's what I have open. This is what's in my Pilot right now, 07 Pilot. And yeah, be sure to subscribe, guys, and check out. We're going to be switching the 03 Accord over to the Amsoil. We're going to be doing this 0W20. Now, Amsoil has 520. I just prefer the 0W20. It's got a higher viscosity index, but hey, do what you're comfortable with. I think there was a TSB from Honda though about going from 520 to 020 on older models. So, but either way, yeah, I'm confident. I've used the 030 in place of 530 in other vehicles. So anyway, this is 100% synthetic, and I won't go into too much detail, but this is, the top dog synthetic oil, if you ask me. Obviously I'm biased because I sell it, but it is 100% synthetic. It's not, you know, it's chemically engineered synthetic oil. It's not made from the hydrocracked petroleum that so many so-called synthetics are. Anyway, so we'll lube these O-rings, and like I said, hopefully the next video or one of the next videos will be swapping the car over to this. So if you want to help me out, guys, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and again, there's my info. Well, guys, I have a good feeling that everything's out of there because this thing went in, you know, with the oil on the O-rings, and I even stuck my finger in there. Got some oil where it needs to go, and the thing kind of, you could feel some resistance, and it kind of popped past it 2 different times. It was like a satisfying click 2 different times as it went into place. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and stick this screw in. Make sure we get that lined up. Anyway, if I can do it with the holding the camera. Anyway, you get the idea. But that's pretty much what it is. Don't strip the threads, but so I'll have to mess with that. But anyway, there's like the valve end there is like exposed. I don't know what to think of that. I would think that's not some kind of air intake, because obviously it would be, you know, unfiltered, dirty air. But you know, Honda, sure they know what they're doing. Their engines last a long time. So, all right, I'm gonna get this in off camera. All right, and I did remove my hose just to check the integrity, and it seems fine. It's a little stiff, but I think it's fine, and it is free of obstruction. I was surprised how clean all this stuff was. I mean, it makes you wonder, was the old valve even working at all? I mean, this stuff is clean. Like, it doesn't look like any oil vapor or residue went through there. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this affects the running of the vehicle. So if you've watched any of my previous videos on this car, you know that this car runs great, but it does have a weird thing when it goes into 5th gear on the automatic around, you know, 48 to 50 miles an hour. I mean, I'm talking, you know, very, very light throttle. I mean, if you floor this thing, you better hold on. It runs good. It screams. But that low speed driving where I try to really maximize my fuel economy, I can notice what feels like to me a miss or a stumble. I don't know how to explain it, but who knows, maybe this PCV valve will correct an issue. Maybe there was a vacuum leak, or maybe it, you know, wasn't getting enough, because like I said, that passageway from the you know, that PCV valve hose was very, very clean. So, but let's fire it up. And so for the power foam, if I still end up doing that today, the engine is supposed to be fully up to operating temperature before you start. So I'll probably have to go drive this. But yeah, there it is in place. So hopefully it is properly venting my crankcase now. And just some quick notes. You do not want to get the Amsoil Power Foam into your mass air meter. Thankfully, this car does not have one. It does have the map sensor right there. But so we'll take this off and we'll spray it in while I have a helper hold the gas pedal, because with this electronic throttle I can't hold the throttle plate open. So basically, we'll get into that. Alright guys, let's talk Amsoil Power Foam. Now this is the can I'll be using, but I believe this is the newer can that you would get if you order it. But anyway, I want to use this one up. And so yeah, carbureted or fuel injected. It is not good for your mass airflow sensor, however. So, you know, on a lot of cars, like if you have a mass airflow sensor, it's generally, you know, somewhere here. And so if you try to disconnect this and spray right into here, your engine may not even run, or it won't run correctly. Your computer won't like it. So there may be other options where you can go in to the intake through a, you know, a vacuum line or something like that. But, you know, just use your judgment with that, or call Amsoil Tech Services if it's something you want to do. There's even been people that will rig up. They will make a little thing to go in place where they can introduce the power foam in without allowing any unmetered air into the engine. But right here we just have a map sensor. We are good. So we can, you know, obviously you want to make sure nobody's like, you know, cutting their grass next to you and you're sucking a bunch of dust in the engine. But just for a few minutes we will take this loose and this, and we'll move this out of the way, and we'll get that loose and expose the throttle plate. And let's see, this new one, I think all the directions are the same. And so yeah, the basic idea is you spray this in while a helper, if if I had a manual throttle I'd just do it myself, but helper keeps the throttle open, keeps the engine running about 3,000 RPM or something, and you spray this in the whole can, and then you shut it off, let it sit for what, 10 to 15 minutes, and then you start it up and go drive it. But basically it's going to blow out a bunch of white smoke, which, you know, could be it's some of the deposits, but it's obviously the chemical. This is like naphtha and stuff, I think. So you're spraying all this stuff in, and, you know, that's going to get burned out when you restart it and drive it. So it'll look like a lot of smoke. And anyway. All right, guys, now you don't have to take everything out like I did, but I just wanted to have good access, and I didn't want to drop any of this stuff. You're not supposed to get the power foam on painted or rubber or plastic, so I'm actually gonna throw a towel down so I don't hit those hoses there. But so there's the throttle. I mean, it doesn't, you know, I don't know how bad it should look for this many miles, and we'll look inside in a minute. Kind of wish it had a manual throttle so I could just do it by hand, but I'm gonna have my son working that. And anyway, oh, so just so you know, there's, let's see, there's some 8mm bolts. If you want to take this out, you can just disconnect this from the throttle body and move it out of the way, but again, I wanted to have more working room. So 8mm bolts, and now's a good time to swap out your air filter. I do have a Honda Genuine we're going to be putting in, and there's the bottom. I wiped that out. It had some dirt and stuff in there, but so, oh, 10mm, let's see, right there and right there, and when that's in here, that's going to correspond to right there, and the other 10mm right there. So your positive battery, and you go back and it's down in there. You need a long extension. The engine is off, key is on. Go ahead, Jesse, give it a half throttle or so. Push halfway on the gas. There you go. Yeah, hold it there. Go all the way. Okay, so yeah, it looks kind of crusty in there, but honestly, I mean, the throttle plate itself, it looks like it's probably been cleaned at some point. So anyway, all right, so we got the power foam, the engine's idling. So all right, Gage, speed it up to like 2 to 3. Let's start spraying. Keep it going. Speed it up. spraying it as hard as I can, and it's not stalling the engine, so. Keep it going, Gabe. We're about done. Definitely getting less. Might be done. All right, Dave, you can shut it off. Thanks, buddy. Alright, so you let that sit with the engine off 10 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to go for a drive and like blow it out a little bit. So right now I'm just putting my air cleaner stuff back in, and we will go ahead and show you, we're going to put in a brand new Honda genuine air filter that I ordered from Majestic Honda online. I ordered that a while back. I just don't have a lot of time to get to all my projects, and so we still have the internal transmission filter to do. So I think I said it before, go ahead and subscribe. You'll be seeing more stuff on this Honda. We're going to do the internal filter. It's a little cartridge, and another 3-quart drain and fill on the transmission with the Amsoil synthetic. Very good, Jesse. That's the old one, but yeah, you're going to help me put the new one in. Alright, so Jesse's got our brand new air filter. You can see the Honda, show them the part number there, 17220-RCA-A00. And I got this online from Majestic Honda, and like I said, we got the transmission pressure switches from them too. It was the best combination of price and shipping I could get. They didn't have free shipping, but it was still cheaper to go with them in my case with all the stuff I ordered. So we'll go ahead and throw this in.
Okay, I'll just throw it in.
Alright, Jesse, so... No, but carefully. Here, come around here.
Oh, this smells like my teeth. My teeth smells disgusting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it smells like this.
Well, can you lower it in here? But we don't want to mess up the seal or anything, the rubber around it, so you got it? Alright, and it just sits there, and then I'm going to put the top on it carefully. But yeah, I'm real nerdy about all these rubber seals, because if you have one place where you get unfiltered air in, it's not going to be good for your engine. That dirt is going to damage your engine. So, alright, and then we'll just take the cover and reassemble that. It's actually pretty clean in there, so that's good. That means the old filter was, I don't know, actually there's some dirt right there. That's not good. So, yeah, maybe we did good getting a new air filter. So, I don't know. Like I said, the old, you can see where that was damaged, that rubber seal there. So, that's one reason I wanted to buy a new one. Plus, this one's made in China, so who knows. Alright, we'll get it bolted back up. Thank you. We got it all back in there, new air filter. We're going to start it up and go drive it. So it might be a little hard to start. we are going to close up and head out, and it should blow a bunch of smoke out of the tailpipe. You can cut it.
You'll have to.
Alright, so we are driving, and I don't see any smoke at all coming out the exhaust. So I don't know what to think about that, because normally when you see these done online, the exhaust smokes pretty good for a while. So anyway, we will go up on the highway a little bit and see what we get. But the car's running great. I mean, it started up no problems at all. Alright guys, so I am amazed there has been absolutely no smoke that I noticed coming out of the exhaust. I don't know if we did something wrong, because every video you see on YouTube of this power foam, it makes big white clouds of smoke. And so but anyway, we got to kind of get on it twice. Not as much as I would have liked. There's actually a lot of traffic out right now, so we only got a chance to push it from like 30 to 60. But anyway, so I'm sure it helped the engine and helped clean it out, but other than a little bit of white smoke at the end of when I was spraying it in the engine earlier, my kids were saying, you know, that's all I've seen. So, but the car runs great, drives great, and when I get back to my normal commute, I got a little time off, but when I get back to my commute, I'll see if any of this made any difference with that. That kind of rough running around 50 miles an hour. It goes away. You get up to 70, it's pretty much gone. So, you know, what I still want to do is get a good code scanner, maybe a $150 to $200 code scanner, and look at the live data, look at the fuel trims, and try to determine what's going on. Because the car did throw a check engine light once since I've owned it, and it went off and everything, but I want to figure it out. So anyway, though, there you go for your PCV valve and power foaming your engine. That's how I did it on here. And be sure to subscribe and share, guys. I would appreciate it. I'll put a link down in the first comment below with the link to the power foam, and yeah, you can grab your PCV valve at Rock Auto, or if you want genuine Honda, check out Majestic Honda online. They have a really good website, and that's where I got my air filter too. So yeah, check it out. Alright, thanks guys. Be sure to stick around for when I do the oil change on this car. I've got a magnetic drain plug coming, and we're going to be doing an engine flush and the Amsoil 100% synthetic and the Amsoil oil filter for this car. So stick around. Alright guys, so here we are, we're back. The car ran great. I mean, it felt super smooth. Everything's back together. I almost feel like I did something wrong, because there was literally no smoke out the back. So maybe that means there weren't that many deposits in the engine. But anyway, you know, we got it in there and we drove it, and it drives good. It feels smooth. And so here's my information. I don't know if you can get it.
They can.
#1synthetic.com. You go to amsoil.com, but if you don't mind, put in my dealer number when you check out, 146-3115 as the referral, and preferred customers get everything 25% off. The Old Testament prophets said that the people who walk in darkness will see a great light, and that's just one of the many, many prophecies about Christ coming to earth. and that is the reason for the season. He came so that he could be the Lamb of God to die for the sin of the world. All who repent of their sin and put their trust in him. So I would encourage you to do that this Christmas. Thank you. Alright, so if you're looking for this stuff, it's easy to get. You can go to my website, numberonesynthetic.com. There's a link down in the first comment. I'll have links, direct links to these products, and you can look up your vehicle, type in the year, make, model, and engine, and you'll get a list of the products Amsoil recommends. If you don't mind, there's my dealer number, 146-3115. If you go through Amsoil.com, it's going to ask you for who referred you, and I would love if you would put my name and or dealer number. That dealer number is probably the best thing, 146-3115. But I appreciate it.